Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. HS2, government wasting a big bunch of cash and then completely changing their mind over other rail plans moving forward. It's been a complete, let's keep it YouTube friendly. They've made a complete hash of things. Let's put it that way. And we're going to go into why that is the case. As you can see, we've got an article here about the government's Network North rail plan. And we're going to be talking about how that might impact property moving forward as well. All of that being said, our friends at Progressive Property are running their flagship multiple streams of property income event. It's Friday, the 20th of October to Sunday, the 22nd of October. It's completely free to attend. Some great networking. It's great if you're getting started in property. Also a very useful event if you are after a refresher. Loads of property strategies to learn about, the mentality side of things as well. It's a wonderful 3-day event. It's completely free to attend. To get your ticket, go to the link in the description below and crack on. Aaron and I have been to many before, and it is a really, really useful event to go to. Link is in the show notes. Enjoy Progressive Properties flagship multiple streams of property income event. Going back to HS2. So look, I'm not going to get into all the politics of HS2. I've not been a fan of it since the start. I think it's an absolute massive waste of cash, personally. And I know hindsight's a wonderful thing. This article pretty much slams the government as well. Now, why do I think it's a waste of cash? Well, we got to look at where we're at. So government ages ago wanted to create this, increase the infrastructure in the UK, and that's fine. I'm all for that. That makes perfect sense. Let's get from A to B as quickly as we can and as efficiently as we can. Better transportation means better connectivity. That means opening up more jobs. That means opening up a big, wide range of things. But of course, the UK being the UK, we try and do things as difficult as we can. We seemingly don't want to go for the easy wins. And I've said time and time again that this is why I admire a country such as China when it comes down to infrastructure, because they will go and look at things and go, right, we need to do this, we need to do that. What's the cost benefit analysis here? Right, okay, X amount of people might lose their homes. Okay, that's a shame, but actually look at the benefits of the country as a whole. Right, let's crack on and do it. And about 2 days later, everything's built, job done. We're here in the UK, we think about it, we talk about it, we pay all these middle management fees, all these consultancy fees. By the way, congratulations, because that's your taxpayer pounds that's getting paid for a bunch of people to come up with a bunch of ideas that people talk about all day long, gets debated in government, and the whole hamster wheel goes round and round and round. That is the one thing that irks me when it comes down to infrastructure and getting anything done in our wonderful country in the United Kingdom, that we take so long at doing it that you might as well just either not do it, or we need to change that system. And ultimately, your ass is paying for it from your taxpayers' pounds, and that should annoy you. If it doesn't annoy you, it should annoy you. Anyway, going to this article, government's Network North Rail plan has been described as a shambles. I think that's a very polite way of putting it personally, because they've come out, scrapped a portion of HS2, High Speed 2, and then said, oh, no, we're going to do a bunch of other plans as well. Mass transit in Bristol, reopening up the Leamside line in the northeast, do a bunch of road network improvements. And then all of a sudden, the following day, all of that's either been scrapped or the plans have been watered down. So it's the government going back on things. That doesn't look good at all. It's probably to save cash, and actually people are starting to realise that we've wasted millions and billions of pounds. Pounds have probably either been used from your tax or have been generated from the Bank of England. So congratulations, all of these white elephant things that are going to be created have been a result of taxpayer cash or printing cash. What does that mean? Well, that means that the more currency supply that there is, that means there's going to be more inflation. So you're getting screwed 7 ways from Sunday, basically. So yeah, you can tell I'm not very happy about this at all. You shouldn't be happy about it because of the economic impact it has on you, especially when it comes down to inflation. It's taking more out of your back pocket for failed things. Not good at all. The reason I get so angry about this is that not only does it affect everyone in the UK, people that might have been looking at property investment areas on the result of government plans, that you might have been screwed as well. Now, investing in property is, I believe, a very good thing. That's why Aaron and I do it. You look at the long-term plans, you look at the long-term inflation, you look at the long-term accrual of assets. Yes, the advantages are more than likely going to outweigh the disadvantages in the short, medium, and long term. Okay, that's why we do it. But if you're picking an area that, you're two things with property. Number one, if you're picking for capital growth, then you've probably been shafted by what the government's been doing. If you're picking for cash flow, then as long as you're in the Midlands or North of England or Wales or whatever, chances are, do your fundamentals right, you're going to be okay from a cash flow point of view. If you're doing this from a capital growth point of view, you've probably been shafted a little bit here. The other reason that it doesn't look good for the government at all, plans are in disarray. The other reason that it's not good is that there have been, on the rail network specifically, there have been so many easy victories that could have been done in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And a lot of that will fall at the Conservative government. Some of it will fall at the Labour government. But there are so many easy victories that could have been done from a rail perspective that would have impacted a whole hell of a lot of people. Example number one, the line between Skipton and Colne. Now that, like with a lot of railway lines, that got taken down in either the 60s or whenever it did. It's quite a simple route. The track bed's still there. Most of the track alignment, I think, is still there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But put it this way, the cost of reinstating it is quite minimal. It would have been an easy victory. That's not been done yet. Why it's not been done, I don't know. It's a very simple victory to be had from a political point of view, also from the people that live in that area. It creates a new link, it connects people even more, and it creates a lot of job opportunities. Easy win, not been done. Why? Because all these crappy business cases have to be done by middle management, by consultancies, and the councils are paying for that, maybe private equity is paying for that. And again, your council tax is being paid for that, and it's going nowhere. And ultimately, Department for Transport, who are a sack of crap anyway, are not getting this stuff done. That's easy victory number one. Easy victory number two, the Leamside line in northeast of England. I think it's between, I forget where it is, basically in the northeast of England. Yeah, they've got a good metro system between Newcastle and Newcastle Airport, Wearside, Tyneside, that sort of stuff. But there's a great line between somewhere in Newcastle, Washington, as in Washington up in that area. Got taken out of use in 1964, should be put back into use as quickly as possible. That's not been done yet, and I don't know why, because the catchment area for that is massive. Again, easy victory. And from a government point of view, that area is traditionally the red wall, i.e. it's left-leaning. If the Conservative government would have pulled their fingers out of their ass, then I'm not saying they would have affected the voters, but you never know. And again, easy victory, not been done. Same reasons. Other relatively straightforward victories include things in and around the Northern Power Belt, so anywhere between Hull and Liverpool. Again, there's some quite straightforward victories, installing certain curves in the railway network so that you can get from A to B. Again, easier. Everything we've spoken about already on this video. Government have not done it. My bugbear is that it's cash wasted on consultancy, middle management, and all that mumbo jumbo. Secondly, it seems like decisions are never made. And if they are made, then government are just changing their mind whatsoever. And ultimately, it affects you. It affects your tax. It affects your, you're basically, what are you paying for? You're paying for NAFL, basically. I realise that I've not even looked at this article. To be fair, on this video, I've just gone off on a rant about inefficient allocation of resources. And if you've been making, if you've been making property decisions based on capital growth, based on these railway network decisions, then I feel sorry for you a little bit. There's other things we can go into that I'm not going to go into. Ultimately, it's a bit of a crap show. And, axing HS2 north of Birmingham basically means we're going to end up with a rail link between London and Birmingham, where actually, funny enough, we've already got a rail link between London and Birmingham. And you know what? It works all right. So congratulations. We've wasted billions and billions of pounds to save 15, 20 minutes between Birmingham and London. Big thumbs up, a big hypocritical thumbs up, because that cash, that millions and billions, could have been used in so many different places on so many different network things, not just railways, roads, etc. Just inefficient allocation of resources. And ultimately what that means is if the government, the Bank of England, had printed that currency in order to pay for this, in order to falsely stimulate the economy, your ass, my ass, we're going to feel the effect of that, because we're going to be left with higher inflation, we're going to be left with a higher financial hole. And guess what? I can pretty much guarantee to you that the answer that the government is going to come up with is more tax, more tax, more tax, because of their inefficient allocation of resources. Not happy, no bueno. You shouldn't be happy with this either. All I can say is use that notification bell on YouTube to subscribe to number one, subscribe to the channel. Number two, be alerted when we produce new content. Enjoy the progressive property event we mentioned at the start. Link is in the show notes. And if you don't want so much content, then head over to the podcast where we release Mondays and Thursdays. I'm out. I'm annoyed about this. You should be annoyed about this too. I'll see you in the next video.